Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into the 2026 efficacy review for a supplement called Citrus Burn. And the big question this review asks isn't just, does it work? It's, are we even thinking about weight loss the right way to begin with? Let's get into it.
So the review kicks things off with a question that, let's be honest, probably hits home for a lot of people. You feel like you're doing everything right. You're watching what you eat, you're trying to stay active, but nothing seems to be changing. What gives?
And there it is. That's the core idea of this whole review. The big what if. What if the issue isn't about your willpower or trying harder? What if the real problem is the engine itself, your metabolism?
Okay, so what is the real weight loss problem, at least according to this review? This is where they really try to reframe the entire conversation.
The review basically argues, hey, stop blaming yourself. This isn't some kind of personal failing. The real culprits are biological. Things like a metabolism that's just running a little slow, those powerful out-of-nowhere cravings, and that deep-down lack of energy that makes even the idea of a workout feel impossible.
So, if that's the problem, how is Citrus Burn supposed to fit in as a solution? Let's take a look at what the stated goal is behind its formula.
Now, the key word here, and it's a big one, is support. You'll notice the formula doesn't claim to magically melt fat away. Instead, it's all designed to help your body's own systems. Things like, helping your metabolism run a bit hotter, improving its ability to actually use fat for fuel, smoothing out those sudden hunger spikes, and just giving you more steady energy to get through your day.
This slide really just nails the whole philosophy, doesn't it? On one side, you have the old way, brute force, just trying harder and pushing your body. The goal here is totally different. It's a shift from that mindset to one of burning smarter by giving your metabolism the support it needs.
All right, so the theory sounds interesting, but what about what happens in the real world? What are people who've used it actually reporting? This next part of the review pieces together user feedback to map out a general timeline. Let's see what they found.
The big takeaway here is pretty clear. Patience is key. The first thing people tend to report is a boost in energy, usually within just a few days. Then, after a week or two, they notice fewer cravings. But the actual noticeable changes to their body? According to the reports, those tend to show up somewhere between weeks 3 and 6. It's definitely a slow burn.
And this quote, which was pulled right out of the review's summary of all that feedback, just hammers the point home. It's all about managing expectations, right? The benefits seem to build over time, focusing on steady, consistent progress instead of some kind of instant dramatic transformation. And this is absolutely critical to understand. The review makes it very, very clear that not everyone got these results. Some folks who went in expecting a miracle pill were, well, not surprisingly, left disappointed. And that brings us to a really important condition.
So here's the deal. Citrus Burn is positioned as a supplement, not a replacement for doing the work. The review found that the best results by far were seen by people who were also mindful of their diet, added in some light activity, and, this is the big one, took it consistently every day. You got to think of it more like an amplifier for your efforts, not the main event itself.
So you might be thinking, what makes this any different from all the other fat burners out there? According to this review, it really boils down to one thing: the kind of energy it's supposed to provide.
I mean, we've probably all experienced this at some point, right? Maybe with a strong coffee or some other supplement. You get that massive spike of energy, but it comes with the shakes, that jittery, anxious feeling, and then the inevitable, horrible crash a few hours later that leaves you feeling even more tired than before.
And this is the key difference the review highlights. Users frequently describe the feeling from Citrus Burn in a totally different way. Not as a jarring jolt, but as a smoother, more sustained, clean energy. The kind that just helps you feel more alert and active without that awful spike and crash cycle.
Okay, so after going through all of this, the problem, the proposed solution, the reported results, the million-dollar question is still there. Who is this actually for? Well, the review spends its final section laying out a pretty specific user profile. The review basically gives you a checklist. So ask yourself, do you struggle with that stubborn fat that just won't budge? Do you just feel like your metabolism has slowed way down? Do you run out of gas halfway through a workout? Or have you just hit that frustrating wall, that weight loss plateau? If you're nodding your head to these, then you're the exact person the review suggests might benefit most.
But on the flip side, they are very blunt about who this is not for. If you're looking for that magic pill, if you're hoping for a shortcut that requires zero effort, or if you think you can just take this and change nothing else about your lifestyle, this ain't it.
And that line right there really just sums up the entire takeaway from this review. It's a tool for support. It's designed to help you climb the stairs, not act as an elevator that lets you skip the climb entirely. And for those who do fit that profile and are thinking about trying it, the review has one last piece of advice: commitment. Based on all those user reports, the people who really see a benefit are the ones who stick with it consistently for at least 1 to 2 months, giving those gradual effects enough time to really build up.
So when it's all said and done, the review leaves us with this one simple question to think about for ourselves. After looking at everything, is metabolic support the missing piece of your puzzle? That's really the big takeaway. Thanks for digging into this one with me today.